I believe that I've seen him do that. Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm not going to argue.
I can neither confirm nor deny, but here's what I can say is that I was standing on the top of the perch there a little bit ago. Somebody sneezed and that thing shook, man. It looked like the Leaning Tower of Pisa there for a lap or two.
Trying to get up these steps here.
Want no part of it. Well, our producer, Tiffany Swisher, she says Little Sexy's going to victory lane tonight as she takes the 97 of Cody Overton. And Mike Norris, who's going to join you in the tower tomorrow night, goes with Nick Hoffman for the win. James, the Brandon Ford pace trucks pulled to the infield, bring us to the green flag in the Blaker Concrete Farmer City 74.
I'm surprised Norris didn't pick Roger Long. All right, 74 laps, 25K to win. We'll talk to the top three in Lucas Oil Victory Lane, who will be on the Big River Steel podium at the Nutrient Ag Solutions start zone. We are underway at Farmers City.
Round 18 of the 2024 Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series underway, and it's Jonathan Davenport down the back straightaway, your leader, a two-time winner this year. Through turns 3 and 4, we come around 30 cars strong, and we got one on the board with the 49 of Davenport, your leader.
Hey, we got a good lap in. It's the leader plus 3 in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Over to work the outside, and then Molly Pistons 97 for Dave Stein. Troutman there on the bottom at 7. Can Troutman run all 74 laps tonight and get the biggest win of his career in a late models that go into 1? Good battle for second as Jonathan Davenport leads.
How about Cody Overton? He stepped to the outside, slips up down in 1 and 2, and that's going to allow Troutman to go by for third. Garrett Smith in second. You got to love the future of our sport when you look at second, third, fourth, and now fifth. Garrett Alberson on the move. A lot of talented youngsters there with the 10 car of Garrett Smith, the 7 of Drake Troutman, Cody Overton, Garrett Alberson, but here comes Mike Waller
turn 2.
157, and they're going to stack up over in the corner. Shirley comes to a stop, and he collects Corey Lawler. The Dave Warren Power Sports caution is on the speedway.
By the way, go to Dave Warren Power Sports. Go to what's actually Dave Warren Segway, SEGWAY.com. Win that 2024 Segway UT10 side by side to register for that. And we're going to give it away at the Dirt Track World Championship at Eldora Speedway, our final event of the night. Do we have a replay? And we've got Brian Shirley to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit.
DJ, down to you.
Yeah, Brian Shirley's made his way down here right now. From what I can tell, all 4 tires up, and he's got front end damage on this race car. The left front is folded under just a little bit. They're going to have to get a jack underneath that race car and try to get the left front up off the ground, because right now they can't even get fingers underneath of it. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys down here trying to do that. Corey Lawler behind him right now is Amanda Robinson down here helping with the number 93 of Corey Lawler's car. Corey just kind of shaking his hands in the air right now as if he doesn't know what the miss is on the number 93.
Well, we've got 3 laps in the books, 71 to go in the Blaker Concrete Farmer City 74. Jonathan Davenport, your leader. And James, every time DJ's talked to him tonight, he's talked about he's not comfortable in the race car, but he's been out front every time he's been on the racetrack.
So those guys in the back trying to make their way to the front, so they just don't want to get lapped here early on. We say that all the time at Eldora. So we've got 2 in the books. Is it 2 in the books?
I think we got 3.
3 in the books, yeah. This is 74.
Yes,
halfway's 37, right?
That's right. We're getting them lined up here. And I tell you what, we talked about everybody in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. I want to give a shout out to Al Borbu-Hawkes and Heartbeat Hot Sauce back with us this year. And man, when I'm at home, I eat that stuff on eggs. I eat it on sandwiches, everything. And it's really cool to see companies like Heartbeat Hot Sauce finding a home here with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
And wash it down with your Victory Fuel.
That's right. Well, they're getting them doubled up right now. Jonathan Davenport will be all by his lonesome on the front row. Second place runner, Garrett Smith, wanted the outside. That puts Troutman to the outside of row 2, and we rack them and stack them back through the field as they will show him 1 to go this time by James. And it's up to Jonathan Davenport trying to get his 77th career Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series win here tonight. This will be worth $25,000.
And Smith, of course, second won the dirt track. But Troutman has never won a Lucas Oil race. Neither is Cody Overton, neither is Garrett Alberson. They're 3rd, 4th, and 5th. A long way to go. 71 to go at Farmer City in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Driver trying to become a 4-time champion this year to join Jimmy Owens and Earl Pearson Jr. at the Nutrient Ag Solutions restart zone. Great shot there at the front straightaway, Farmer City. Whoa, look out.
Side for a second. Now Smith will take it. Just can't get enough bite on the top side right now. Can Troutman. He'll fall back to 3rd. Overton's right there. And here comes Alberson and Marlar out front, though, continues to be Jonathan Davenport with 4 on the board, 70 to go at this quarter-mile oval.
Garrett Smith second, Overton, Troutman, Alberson, Marlar, Babb, Thornton, Hoffman, Dennis Erb Jr., your top 10. Marlar there He has won this year, one race again in that fourth, coveted fourth spot. As we've got a Dave Warren Power Sports caution out, and it is Mike Spatola in turn number 2.
Mike Spatola draws the Dave Warren Power Sports caution, and you know what they say, cautions breed cautions. As Mike Spatola will get it turned back around. Looks like we will have a replay of that. We'll see if Spatola just rejoins the back of the pack or heads to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit.
We did get a lap in, Ben, so here's our replay here on MAV TV on Flow Racing.
That's a lot of cars.
That's a lot of cars. Can you imagine that at Macon? He just got around. He just turned it around there. So he will go to the back. So 4 in the books. It's Davenport, Garrett Smith, Overton, Troutman, Alberson, Marlar, Babb, Thornton, Hoffman, going to serve your top 10. Then Moran, Simpson, Fager, Boom, and Ryan Gustin in 50. So we'll single them out, and then we'll double them up.
Hey guys, real quick,
yes.
Down here in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, no action during this Dave Warren Power Sports caution. I did, however, grab a word with Corey Lawler during that last Dave Warren Power Sports caution. Whenever everyone kind of got bottled up in front of him and Brian Shirley got together, he said it actually knocked the radiator back into the race car. He is done for the night.
Thank you very much, Dustin. As Corey Lawler out of the party, he'll make his debut tomorrow at Fairbury Speedway. There's a handful of drivers that are going to be making their first trip to Fairbury, and we hope there's a lot of new faces in the stands. It's going to be a gorgeous day tomorrow in Fairbury, Illinois. Looking forward to seeing everybody over there. And go to lucasdirt.com for all the upcoming schedule. In a couple of weeks, we're all going to roll into Wheatland, Missouri for the Lucas Oil Show Me 100 as Crown Jewel season officially comes to life in dirt late model racing, and hopefully Mother Nature goes on vacation for a while and lets us all get all these races in the books.
So we're going to a drought now, right? It won't rain until November.
Then we'll be complaining because it's not raining, because that's what we do.
Yeah.
Well, lights are out, James. We're going to come back to the Nutrient Ag Solutions start zone. It's up to Jonathan Davenport to get back on the loud pedal. We're back underway. 4 down, 70 to go here tonight at Farmer City.
Garrett Smith will follow him into 1. Here comes Overton, works the top. On the bottom is Drake Troutman, Marlar to 5th, and Alberson at 6th. Davenport is led from the drop of the green as he comes off at turn number 4. Troutman and Drake Troutman had a run on Smith, had to back out of it into turn number 1. As out at turn number 2, as you see Marlar trying to work the top shelf in the 157 bin.
James, it seems like these guys can move around in 3 and 4. 1 and 2, the bottom is just the place to be right now until it gives up. I don't know if you're going to see anybody really step to the outside. Marlar's going to give it a shot, and he's going to lose ground. Everybody loses ground in the middle of 1 and 2. 3 and 4, though, you can move around in those race cars, and now Troutman steps to the outside of Garrett Smith.
You saw Alberson kick up some mud there going, and Troutman trying the crossover, and Overton, and here goes Marlar up to the top. As they come out at 2, down the back straightaway. So Marlar and Alberson to that top shelf. Still a long way to go as we work lap number 8 at Farmer City.
Yeah, this is a long feature, and I think as that bottom starts to give up, they throw that crumb across the middle, then it might start to bring that top in. But right now, the bottom is just too good, and you see your front runners, that's where they're making ground. But guys are really trying to get the top side of this racetrack working.
Down the main straightaway, there's Troutman and Alberson going at it. There's Marlar lighting them up into turn 1 in the Greg Brooding Skyline Motorsports 157. Looking for a top 4 spot as we head to Eldora later in the year as they run for $200,000 championship. Troutman's got a good hot rod. Cody Overton, that Excel chassis right now, but Davenport leads, Ben, 9/10 of a second, the advantage over the rest of the field.
Davenport, a 4-time winner this year, 2 with the series. The other 2 came at Lucas Oil Speedway. He swept the Lucas Oil MLRA Spring Nationals, and you know he's ready to get back to the Show Me 100. He leads the way, and they are catching the back of the pack. If we stay green, probably in the next handful of laps, they will catch the back of the pack, and it's going to get interesting. Shepard has dropped to the back of the pack, and a little white smoke starting to trail out of the back of that B5.
Yeah, tough go here tonight for the Longhorn factory car, and to take a series provisional. He was 10th on the point, still maintains perfect attendance as Davenport. There you see the B5 out at turn number 2. So 13 laps in the books. Davenport, Garrett Smith, Overton, Troutman, Marlar to 5th in the 157.
And you got to think, oh, hang on, and I was going to say we need a Dave Warren Power Sports caution if you're the leader, and it's going to come at the expense of Carson Ferguson as he got turned around out of turn 4. And right now, there's probably not a bigger Dave Warren Power Sports fan than Jonathan Davenport, because he was going to have some tough decisions to make. They were 3 wide at the back of the pack, and that will slow the action with 13 down and 62 to go here tonight at Farmer City Raceway.
Yeah, don't forget a chance to win the register for that, DaveWarrenSegway.com. And it's a 2024 Segway UT10 side-by-side to get given away at Eldora. And not sure From your vantage point, is that a rear end? I'm not sure. Dustin on the B5, but he's dropped back to 27.
Yeah, I couldn't tell either. I actually had a real good look at that race car from the perch up here in the middle of the infield, but very candidly, guys, just could not get a good enough look at it to see exactly what it is on Brandon Shepherd. Meanwhile, Carson Ferguson is going to bring that Paylor Motorsports number 93 down here to the attention of his crew as they are going to work. They have got, I bet they have got 20 pounds of mud chalked up against the spoiler on that race car as several crew members are down there getting that mud taken off the race car right now, guys.
Well, we may have to have a caution for replace helmets. We've seen that before at some tracks.
Yeah, this racetrack, I mean, this...
Shepard is down here. If we can get a shot of Shepard as he is.
Yeah, he's going to stop, and I think they're going to take a look at that car. And
I think they're telling him what we're, see if we...
there's some fluid. Looks like some fluid there.
Yep.
That may be more than, I don't know, hard to speculate. You don't know. So he'll drop to the back of the pack. They're going to double him up. And once again, Garrett Smith wants the inside. That's going to put Cody Overton to his outside. And if anybody can figure out the top of turns 1 and 2, that could be a game changer in this one, James. Yeah,
Marlar and Alberson have stayed married up there pretty well to that top. Cody Overton's running a good race right now in that Talon Center Crew Chief 97 in third. So it's Davenport, Smith, Overton, Troutman, Marlar, Alberson, Thornton, Dennis Erb Jr., Babb is 9th. Chris Simpson runs in 10th. Right now an early contender for the Todd Steele Buildings Hard Charger, Hudson O'Neill, 25th to 18th. Here we go, back green at the Nutrient Action Solutions restart zone bed.
And they're off into 1 and 2. Oh, Cody Overton off the front straightaway just a little bit, gets his feet back under him, and honestly probably gets one of the better runs through 1 and 2 that we've seen anybody get so far. Off into 3 and 4, he'll duck back down to the bottom. Now Thornton goes to the top side of the speedway. He started back in 8th. He's on the move. He's up to 4th. Here comes RTJ. He looked to the outside of Cody Overton through the middle of 1 and 2. Just can't quite grab grip, but we'll keep an eye on that 20 RT off into 3 and 4 as he goes to the top side of a speedway, and that's the battle for third coming at you.
As we work complete lap 15 across the loop into 1, Davenport, Garrett Smith, Ricky Thornton Jr. in car number 20 RT. He started
8th. He started 8th, and I think he's found something. He's found the top in 3 and 4, 1 and 2. He ducks back to the bottom. He got around Overton for third. He's going to try to roll the middle through 1 and 2 this time, and man, just can't grab a hold of anything. Smith will pull away down the back straightaway. Thornton now going to try the bottom down in 3 and 4, but I think he's got the line, the top in 3 and 4, the bottom in 1 and 2. Right now, it is Jonathan Davenport, your leaders. We work lap 17 out of turn 2.
Thornton trying to make it 3 in a row in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series 2 weeks ago. He won at Georgetown, Delaware, and at Port Royal, Pennsylvania. Here you have Babb to the top. What else? Well, that's no shock here at Farmer City. Babb around Marlar. So Shannon Babb trying to make up some ground in that 18 car as he works the outside. Babb started in 9th as he battles with Mike Marlar, the 157.
And your leaders now catching the back of the pack. And again, that moisture ring on the bottom, just not giving up so far, but we're not halfway yet. We'll keep an eye on that as the race goes on. Hopefully the racetrack will start to balance out a little bit. We'll see these guys move around as Troutman's gone to the top side. He rides back in position number 5, trying to find a way around Cody Overton. Meanwhile, out of turn 2, battle for second down the back straightaway. Garrett Smith's got the spot. There's Thornton coming into your living room. Smith slams the door as they work off turn 4 to complete lap 21.
Well, Babb has nothing to lose. He's not running for points, so he's letting it all hang out in that for 25K. Everybody wants to win as they go down the back straightaway. The Midwest Middle spoiler on the points leader. Thornton now trying to make the outside work. And at Anthony Burroughs Crew Chief 20 RT. Davenport has led every lap tonight. Thornton to the outside, trying to make it stick through the middle of turn number 2.
I'm telling you, he can't do it as much down in 1 and 2, although he gets a good run. Off into 3 and 4. Thornton's going to have a good run off 4, and he may have a chance for second. Garrett Smith down low. Thornton up top at the line, completing lap number 23. It's Smith by half a car length, but here comes Thornton to his outside. Good battle for second.
Down the back straightaway to turn 3. Davenport will pick up the tail end of the field. Right now, we still have 28 cars running. Only Corey Lawler and Mike Spatola out of the race as Thornton has cleared Garrett Smith for second, Ben.
And now from 8th to 2nd, 22 laps into the race. Actually, I believe it's a bit more than that, scoring a little bit behind.
24.
Yeah, we work lap number 25. 25 on the board. And now Jonathan Davenport has caught the back of the pack. Carson Ferguson in front of him is your leader. He's led all 25 laps so far. Jonathan Davenport works through traffic. Last time by, Ricky Thornton Jr. was 1.5 seconds back. This time at the line, 1.1 seconds for Ricky Thornton Jr.
This thing can stay green down the back straightaway. It is definitely Hornet's Nest. There's about a 5-6 car length lead for Davenport. Smith is 3rd, Overton 4th, Troutman 5th. Babb is 6th. There you see the battle. Heavy traffic, and we got a car
Shepard
slowing, and Brandon Shepard slows, and he's out of this one at the B5.
Yeah, he'll stay under power, off the track, out of the race. And the last time by, Thornton had taken 2 more tenths off of Davenport's lead as Davenport goes 3 wide through lap traffic, and Davenport doesn't give any up that time around as your leaders navigating lap traffic off into turns 3 and 4 here tonight in Farmer City.
Tyler Erb and Tim McCready in front of your leader down the straightaway. Jonathan Davenport working that bottom. McCready, the last car on the lead lap, runs in 25th. Tyler Erb is 26th lap down now. And now he's cut that lead down. Last time, Bennett's 5/10 of a second. It's going to be closer this time.
Thornton's right there with him this time at the line. Thornton will slip a little bit off of 4, and he'll lose a 10th to Davenport. Garrett Smith a distant 3rd right now. Drake Troutman in 4th. Shannon Babb 5th, and it's Dennis Erb Jr., Cody Overton, Chris Simpson, Garrett Albertson, and Jason Fager. That's your top 10 as we complete lap 31 with your leaders in heavy lap traffic. Oh, and cars sideways in front of your leaders. That's going to draw the Dave Warren Power Sports caution, and Jonathan Davenport narrowly avoided disaster over in turn number 2.
Ross Robinson, who was running 19th, being at the time, brings out a Dave Warren Power Sports caution. And it was going to get interesting. That lead was down to 5/10 of a second, as you mentioned, between Davenport and Thornton, the top 2 in the points. Thornton leading the points, Davenport second, and Ross Robinson, Dustin Jarrett to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit.
Yeah, we saw his wife down here checking out the 93 of Corey Lawler earlier. Amanda now peeking her head inside the cockpit of her husband's number 7, as it looks like maybe he's asking if the front end is dragging. The snout on the 7 car is dragging. It is not. They pull it up just a little bit. But crew going to work. He, like a lot of drivers, with just an absolute load of mud up against the rear spoiler right now. Along those lines, and along the lines of something you guys mentioned earlier, I talked to Opie, Mike Spatola. I said, what happened? He said 2 things. He said, we weren't any good. He said, and believe it or not, only a few laps into the race, I ran out of tear-offs.
Well, we can believe it, seeing all the mud on these race cars. Great stuff down there, Dustin. Thank you, as we're going to have a replay of what happened to Ross Robinson in cart number 7 as we go to the replay and go into the aerial and keep an eye over there.
He
left side
just
of your
got
screen.
squeezed
Oh,
down
got
there.
in there, and a little bit of contact, and Robinson went around.
Not sure who the other car
Yeah, it was hard to tell from that angle. I can also tell you the Rocket 1 team was desperately trying to get McCready into the pit area to change a tire. Could not, I assume change a tire, at least make an adjustment. Couldn't get his attention. McCready does not make it into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, and he has slid backwards in the grid. James, we've got 31 laps complete in this one. 44 laps remaining as Jonathan Davenport, Ricky Thornton Jr. from 8th, Garrett Smith in 3rd, Drake Troutman in 4th, Dennis Erb Jr. started 7th, he rides in 5th, then Shannon Babb, Cody Overton, Chris Simpson, Garrett Alberson, and Jason Fager from 14th up to 10th. So nobody just crazy making a ton of moves. We'll go into the My Race Pass app and look at
Brendan Smith.
the positions gained. And yeah, Brendan Smith, he's moved up 10 spots, 29th up to position number 19, going after that Todd Steel Buildings Hard Charger Award.
Well, Davenport has led every lap, 31 of them in the books. We'll do Delaware double file till 10 or less laps to go again. This 74-lap race. Marlar's dropped back to 12th now, but I tell you, you got to keep it. Drake Troutman's in there, Erb's front, Dennis Erb, Babb.
You just got to feel like Thornton. He's got some magic at the bottom of 1 and 2 in the top and 3 and 4 if he can get all that put together. Entering this event, James, RTJ had led more laps of competition this year than anybody at 190. JD was 114 entering the event. He's already added 31 here tonight. Does he have 44 more in him? We come back to the green flag here tonight at Farmer City Raceway, and we're back underway.
There might have been a little contact there at the Nutrient Solutions restart zone between Thornton and Garrett Smith. Out at turn number 2, here comes Shannon Babb down the back straightaway in the 18. Shannon Babb's got a good hot rod. What a no shock here at Farmer City. Here comes Babb down the straightaway around Garrett Smith for 3rd.
Oh, Babb wants to keep the big money here in the state of Illinois. He's up to 3rd. Shannon Babb started back in 9th. He fell back early, but he's making the top side work, and he says, RTJ, if you're not going to go to the top in 3 and 4, I will. He heads up there, bobbles just a little bit that time, but Shannon Babb trying to get ahead of steam for the number 18.
Yeah, this would be one of his biggest wins in quite some time. Former 2-time dirt track world champion. Into turn 3, Garrett Smith in 4th. 5th is Drake Troutman.
And RTJ's gone to the top of the racetrack in 3 and 4. He goes to the bottom in 1 and 2. He makes up ground on Jonathan Davenport. We'll see if RTJ goes back to the cushion, this time down as we work lap 35, and he will. Davenport down low, Thornton to the cushion. We come around to complete lap 35. Last time by the lead was 0.4 of a second. That time 0.3 as RTJ cuts into the lead ever so slightly.
Two of the best in the business, the top two in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series Championship point standings. Thornton still to that top in 3 and 4. As they come out of turn 4, as we work lap 36, it's a car length advantage. Thornton through the middle of the 20 RT. Shannon Babb is still third at 18, Ben.
Thornton took another 10th off JD's lead that time by into 3 and 4. Catching the backpack. Oh, Ricky gets over the cushion in 3 and 4. That'll cost him a little bit. Last time by the lead was a tick under 0.3. That time it goes over 0.4. Shannon Babb has lost ground to your top two. He's back in third. Side by side for fourth is Dennis Erb Jr. to the inside of the 10 car. You see them on the right side of your screen as he battles with Garrett Smith for position number 4.
Dennis Erb Jr. started in 7th in the 20 and a lot of laps here at Farmer City. Garrett Smith on the outside. 37 in the books. It's Davenport, Thornton, and the Dave Warren Power Sports caution is out. Debris on the racetrack.
Up in turns 1 and 2, it would appear there's debris. As I think Boom Briggs just shot into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. And DJ, down to you.
Yeah, Boom shot in there, and also you guys may have missed it. Nick Hoffman actually shot off the racetrack as well. He made his way back to the pit area, so not entirely sure if the Dave Warren Power Sports caution was for one of those two drivers or not. Meanwhile, Tim McCready now comes to the attention of his crew as it looks like they are going to change a right rear tire on the Rocket 1.
All right, getting word that was Kyle Bronson's debris on the racetrack up in turns 1 and 2, getting the field sorted out. And Dustin, you got to believe as we get into the second half of this race, that Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit's going to get busier every time we see a Dave Warren Power Sports caution. Yeah,
you would have to think so, as it looks like Boom Briggs is going to get a new right rear shoe on that car as well, as Shane Winelands and the crew have got a new Hoosier to put on the right rear of that race car. Again, Rocket 1 putting a new right rear on their car as well, and Carson Ferguson also getting a new right rear tire on his number 93. Also getting a fresh set of tear-offs is the driver of the Paylor Motorsports entry.
So officially 3 cars out of the race. Corey Lawler will finish 30th. Mike Spatola 29th. Brandon Shepard 28th. And Nick Hoffman will finish 27th. So we still have 26 cars left in this race. As you see McCready, who is running in 23rd, Ben.
Yeah, Tim McCready started 18th, and that car started sliding backwards as the race went green. And you see that crew down there working on it, looking to get him back out there. And hey, man, 38 laps down. 37 to go, and there's the culprit. I think we know what brought out that Dave Warren Power Sports caution for Kyle Bronson is the whole right rear quarter panel off of that race car.
Somebody can go to the pit area afterwards and pick that up, right?
Get it signed.
Get it autographed and signed. All right, 38 in the books, Ben. It's Jonathan Davenport, Ricky Thornton Jr., Shannon Babb, Garrett Smith, Dennis Erb Jr., your top 5 right now.
That's right. And then riding behind them, it'll be Garrett Alberson, Drake Troutman, Cody Overton, Chris Simpson, Devin Moran. Devin started in this one back in 12th, so picking up a couple of spots. I think you're going to start seeing some comers and goers the second half of this race, depending on if guys went with a 3 or a 4 on the right rear. And also, as this racetrack starts to transition, we've got 38 down, 37 to go. And DJ, we've seen so many times on these Illinois bull rings, just when you think you know how it's going to play out, things completely change late in the race.
Absolutely. I mean, think about this race 2 years ago, right? We talked about it earlier whenever Ricky Thornton Jr. and Tyler Erb took it right down to the last lap. But even last year, remember, Gordy Gundaker led this race into, I believe it was lap 47, until 14th starting Brandon Shepard was able to work by him.
Well, the lights are out on the speedway. James will come back to the green flag in the Nutrien Ag Solutions start zone. It's Jonathan Davenport. He's led all 38 laps so far, 37 to go. We're back underway on a beautiful night in the land of Lincoln.
So far, Brandon Smith, rookie, up 14 spots, up to 15th from 29th. Come out of turn number 2. Babb now will have a run on Ricky Thornton Jr. Davenport trying to pull away. Now Babb will go to the bottom on Ricky Thornton Jr. Side by side at a turn 4. Thornton still has the spot. Garrett Smith 4th. Dennis Erb Jr. 5th.
James, I'm noticing it's getting rough off the exit of 2. And if you hit it right, you're good. But if you're not, it upsets the balance of the race car. We'll see if that starts to play a factor as perhaps racetrack widens out. And how about that? Jonathan Davenport goes to the middle of the track in 3 and 4. That's the first time in several laps he's got off the bottom down there. He likes the bottom down in 1 and 2 as he starts to pull away from Ricky Thornton Jr. Shannon Babb's got his hands full with Garrett Smith in a battle for the podium position.
Sure is crew chief Corey Fosfed down there amongst that throng of people down there in 3 and 4. Davenport to the bottom there. And you're right, it upsets that car as they come out of turn number 2. It's Davenport, Thornton, Babb, Garrett Smith, Dennis Erb Jr. Alberson runs in 6th. Troutman is 7th.
Well, Thornton's gone to work in the middle of the racetrack. We saw Davenport there a few laps ago, but he's going to give up some ground to Jonathan Davenport. You would think that bottom would start to give up, but man, on a cool evening, it might not. JD is searching, though. He's moved to the middle of the racetrack. It just shows you maybe his car not as comfortable as he'd like it to be. But he's been really tough on the bottom. It's hard to imagine him giving that up in the next few laps, as Ricky Thornton Jr. knocked a 10th off of his lead that time. This time off of turn number 4, 44 down, 30 laps remain here tonight at Farmer City Raceway.
Well, that's one guy you won't see running the top is Dennis Earp Jr. right on the bottom as he goes around Garrett Smith. That is for 4th. Babb is still 3rd. There you see Garrett Smith. Drake Troutman running a good race right now in 6th. Right now, the top O'Reilly Auto Parts rookie of the race is Drake Troutman in car number 7.
And Davenport added 2/10 to his lead that time by, although he got real hard into the rough stuff down at 1 and 2 that time. They're catching the back of the pack. Thornton's trying to get it wound up on the top. Babb's right through the middle. That time at the line, Thornton's going to take 0.6 of a second off of Davenport's lead as they work down the back straightaway. And let's just keep this thing green, James.
Let's hope so as we work on lap number 47. And Jason Fager's got a problem in the 25, and he slows on the back straightaway, and he is not going
He's trying to.
But the Dave Warren Power Sports caution is out for the Bloomington, Illinois driver, the Titan Industries Corrosion XX. And he looks like he's going to try to head to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. Fager was running in 9th.
And I'm going to tell you right now, James, I don't know if it's the longer runs, if Davenport's car is starting to go away, but 0.9 of a second Thornton Jr. had taken off his lead in the last 2 laps. It's going to be interesting as we get set to go back to green. Kyle Bronson heads down that way. DJ, if you got any update on any of those drivers in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit.
Yeah, Bronson, as you mentioned, with absolutely no right rear quarter panel on this race car. He's coming to the attention of his crew, and he's asking for a tire. They are scrambling to get a tire on that 40B. Meanwhile, Jason Palubicky and the gang going to work on the 25 of Jason Fager's car. They are jacking up the rear end of that race car, and he is going to get a new right rear shoe on the number 25.
How does tire wear look, Dustin? Can you see off of the tire on Fager's car?
Yeah, I'm looking at Fager's right now. It doesn't look awful, and I tell you what, from what I can tell, it's up from what I can tell as well. I'm going to try to sneak over here and take a look at Kyle Bronson's 40B real quick as well. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's worn, but it's not bald by any stretch of the imagination. So, again, tire wear a concern on some of these guys, but again, I have certainly seen a lot worse. Now, for what it's worth, it is an NLMT4 bolted on the right rear of the KV40.
I mean, that's my thought. You got 27 to go. You pull in there, you pull the 4 off, you go with the 3, and you let it eat and see what you can do late in this race. 27 laps, again, on a quarter mile can go by fast, but if you got a good car, you can pass some hot rods. As right now, we're going to keep an eye on this restart as Jonathan Davenport 2 laps ago, he hit the rough spot in the exit of 2 and upset the car. That allowed Thornton to close in. The next lap, though, he hit it pretty good. Thornton still closed in on him, so we'll keep an eye on the 49, James, with the Dave Warren Power Sports yellow lights turned out.
And Thornton picks the bottom on Shannon Babb. Then it's Dennis Earp Jr., Smith, Troutman, Alberson, Simpson, Moran, Overton on the Nutrient Ag Solutions 3-star zone. Here comes Babb. Babb to the outside. He's run as high as 3rd, looking for the runner-up spot. And here comes Dennis Earp Jr. on the bottom at 28. And with Fager is back out on the racetrack.
Fager rejoins the party. Meanwhile, Davenport changes his line. He moves up the racetrack as down in 3 and 4, 1 and 2. They're all hugging the low side of this racetrack. 3 and 4, a few different grooves as we work lap number 49 with Jonathan Davenport. He has led the whole way so far. Last time by a half-second advantage over Thornton Jr. This time at the line, 0.7 of a second. And right there, you see Davenport shoot up the racetrack. Whoa. He hits that hole, and that allows Thornton to close in on him.
He did, no doubt about it. Now Thornton will go to the outside. Last time around, 0.2 of a second. Thornton will lose some more ground. Here comes Shannon Babb on the bottom of the 18. Good battle for second between the 20 RT and the 18. Dennis Earp Jr. Alberson back into that 5th spot as he's gotten around Garrett Smith.
As now Davenport moves up the racetrack, as does Thornton. As tough as the bottom of turn 2 is, as tricky as the top of 3 and 4 is, and you got to hit them both just right. And you see them all catching that hole down through 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. We come around to complete a lap 52, and it's JD leading the way last time by 0.8 of a second over Thornton Jr. This time at the line, it is now 1 second.
Yeah, 3 and 4 look good. It's at turn number 2 as we see the and Mike Marlar off the track at the 157. Mike Marlar, fourth in the points.
Oh, man.
And
he'll get it.
brings it.
We'll see.
Marlar had gotten back into the top 12, and the Dave Warren Power Sports caution is out. Is it for the 157?
I would say, because he was slowing in front of the leaders, you got to be careful there. He's going to head down to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, and Josh Davis, Jerry Sprouse, and the gang going to take a look at that race car, and that brings out the caution with 53 laps complete, 22 to go, and the Dave Warren Power Sports caution resumes here at Farmer City Raceway.
Yeah, he had just got back to the inside the top 20, but he had climbed back to 12th on the restart. Dustin Jarrett, what's the word on the 157?
They're in there talking to him right now. He's got his crew down here, Donk and Josh and the gang. Noah Bushman from the 19R crew also down here. It looks like he is going to get maybe a new right rear tire on that 157, or they may just be going under there as well. He may have a little bit of mud plugged up underneath the rear end of that race car as well. Nope, they're going to make a shock adjustment on the right rear of the 157 of Mike Marlar. They're also getting a little bit of mud out from underneath the right front of that race car as well. And Boone Briggs back in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit area for the third time.
All right, and Tiffany, I believe down in the trailer, our producer, we've got a replay of Mike Marlar getting off the front straightaway and rejoining right in the middle of that very heavy cushion in 1 and 2. And you'll see Marlar come into your screen, slips off the front straightaway. And
wow,
he enters the racetrack, yeah. And if you want to wonder how treacherous that cushion is, watch when Marlar hits it, the way he's bouncing around. I mean, it's like chunks of concrete up there in the top of 1 and 2. I think it's also worth mentioning, James and DJ, we see these guys come into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit and get new tires. Tim McCready has climbed up to 13th since rejoining the field. So we'll keep an eye on the one car, but when these guys come in and go with a different right rear option or maybe even a fresh Hoosier tire, could make an impact. And we still have 22 laps remaining. You see McCready on your screen, the Rocket One Racing engine, DJ.
Remind me real quick, guys, did he not go a lap down and was maybe the recipient of a Lucky Dog award as well? Or is he close to going a lap down?
I think he was close. He was in the back of the pack, yes.
Right now, 4 cars out of the race, guys. Lawler, Spatola, Shepard, and Hoffman. We still have 26 running. Marlar back to 26, and they're all still on the lead lap in this race. Hey, you never know. It's treacherous down there in 2, isn't it?
Yeah, man. I tell you what, you got to give kudos to Jonathan Davenport. He had his struggles, but he's really found a clean line, as clean as you can find, because you're not going to miss the hole off the bottom of 2. It's just how good you can almost miss it. And in 3 and 4, we've seen the guys that were good on the top. That cushion has got way up there, and I think it's got pretty rough, and it's made it tough for those guys to make it work.
So it's Davenport, Thornton, Babb, Dennis Erb Jr., Alberson, Moran, Garrett Smith, Troutman, Chris Simpson, Ryan Gustin now 10th on the Delaware double file. 53 ends. We have 24 left in this race.
No. 74 laps.
74 laps. I'm sorry, 20.
These weird number of events.
We're not going to overtime. We're not like that. No, we're not going to go to overtime, are we?
We'll have the scoreboard tomorrow night, DJ.
In his defense, James does have 6 toes on that 1 foot.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe.
He's got 7 on the other one as we get set to come back to the green flag. And it's Jonathan Davenport back on the lap.
Wow.
Shannon Babb trying to find something up top. Can he get it done?
The new Trudax Solutions restart zone. Babb trying to get a run into 1. He has nothing to lose. He's going to let it all hang out on the outside as Thornton bounces through turn number 2. Babb goes to second. As we work lap 54, Babb almost got in the wall. We may have a leader down the straightaway. What a race. Babb now right behind Davenport. Great 3-car battle into 1 and 2.
And Babb hoping they're going to have trouble at the bottom of 2, and Davenport gets all 4 off the ground. Now Babb to the inside of Jonathan Davenport. He'll drive it up a slider off into turns 3 and 4. Who's going to lead? Lap number 55 at the line. New leader, Shannon Babb.
The crowd goes nuts at Farmer City. Shannon Babb out in front of the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Into turn number 3. He has worked for it. He's done a good job here tonight. Babb started in 9th in the 18, and right now he leads as we go into turn number 1. Here comes Thornton now. Thornton has dropped to 3rd. Erb, Alberson, Moran, Simpson, Garrett Smith, Overton, Troutman is 10th. Jimmy Owens up to 11th. There's a great battle out of the lead out of turn 4, Ben.
Shannon Babb leading the way right now as Thornton goes to the inside of Davenport. You got to think maybe Davenport's car starting to go away. Shannon Babb, a 12-time winner with this series. Yep. Could he get it done here tonight? Laps are starting to tick down, but Thornton's reeling him in.
tell you, with the slicker graphics, slickest move of the race, that was it right there. If he can hang on out of turn number 2, here comes Ricky Thornton Jr. Davenport has faded back to third right now. The deficit is 0.5 of a second. Thornton working that bottom out of turn number 4 down the main straightaway. 59 laps in the books. They go side by side almost down the back straightaway. Babb still leads.
Shannon Babb driving it for all it's worth, but here comes Thornton trying to go for his 3rd straight win with the series. Lap number 60 on the board. It's still Babb, and Babb will move down the speedway. He takes Thornton's line away from him. Off into 3 and 4 is going to be the key. If you're Shannon Babb, do you stay down low? And indeed, no, he's going to the cushion.
Yeah.
He said, I didn't get off the couch to go to the bottom, and right now he leads the way, James. This is fun, and they're catching the back of the pack. The last win for Shannon Babb in Lucas Oil competition, the Comp Cam's Topless 100 back in 2015.
You and I were there, weren't we? I know I was there.
Yes, sir.
Here we go down the main straightaway. Babb into turn number 1. 12 laps to go as they bounce out at 2. Davenport, Alberson, Garrett Alberson now up to 4th. Good battle back here, but all eyes up front, and they're going to catch the tail end of the field down the main straightaway. Shannon Babb and Ricky Thornton Jr. here at Farmer City.
And if you're Shannon Babb, where do you go? Lap traffic in front of you. You know you got Thornton back there. Well, you know you got somebody back there. Now Thornton's going to throw a slider off into 3 and 4. Coming around, 10 to go. Do you have a new leader at the line? No, it's Shannon Babb by 9/1000ths of a second. He'll go down low. Now Thornton moves up. Thornton found something in the middle, James, off into 3 and 4.
Here comes Babb. Babb trying to protect his turf as they work around the 93 of Carson Ferguson. Down the main straightaway. Shannon Babb, 9 laps to go for his 13th career win in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Gets a little sideways. Thornton's going to go back to the outside.
Shannon Babb
maybe it's not
low.
over yet, Ben, as they go down the straightaway. But crossover. Farmer City not disappointing again.
And they got Boom Briggs in front of him, and they're trying to figure out a way to get around him. Down the back straightaway, Babb's going to step to the outside. It's winter to wear it time for the driver out of Moweaqua, Illinois. Ricky Thornton Jr. will head down low. Shannon Babb will clear Boom Briggs as they come around to complete lap 67. 7 laps to go here tonight.
Trying to become the 11th different winner of the year in 18 Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series races. Babb looking good now, but you know Ricky Thornton Jr. is not going to give up, trying to make it 3 in a row in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
Jonathan Davenport holds on to 3rd. James Alberson in 4th. 5th is Dennis Erb Jr. Max Blair in front of Shannon Babb. Babb's going to enter in the middle of the racetrack as they work off of turn 4. And Shannon Babb continues to work through lap traffic. And James, he's been able to roll the middle of the racetrack, but he's needs one mistake. And Thornton is there to pounce. And now side by side lap traffic in front of your leaders.
And last year's O'Reilly Auto Parts rookie there, Max Blair. Devin Moran, we understand, has a problem. He's running at 8th right now, the 99. They go 1-1. All eyes up front. 4 laps to go. Thornton to the bottom. And down the back straightaway, Shannon Babb trying to hang on. Ricky Thornton Jr. may become the 3rd different leader of this race. He'll slide in front of the 20 RT. Down the straightaway, new leader is Ricky Thornton Jr.
3 laps remain here tonight in Farmer City, and Thornton's gone to the lead. Babb down low, and Babb cannot get through the hole, and that allows Thornton to pull away as Ricky Thornton Jr. Oh, and Babb's broke. The 18's off the pace. He slows through turns 3 and 4, and that is going to draw the Dave Warren Power Sports caution.
Heartbreak.
With 71 laps down, 3 to go. And when he pulls the infield, Farmer City, how about a round of applause for Shannon Babb here tonight? Oh, what a heartbreaker as he put on a show, James.
Devin Moran, you see him down there in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, and Shannon Babb looking for his first one. What year was that?
2015 at the Topless 100.
The Topless 100, and his night is over, but he drove the wheels off of it. Leading here tonight, coming up 3 laps short.
Dustin, we've watched it time and again. It's hard not to be a Shannon Babb fan. I don't know if you want to try to get a word with him down there as he pulls the helmet off.
Guys, real quick, the early word from Shannon Babb. The car just shut off on him. Meanwhile, Devin Moran has got the helmet off. He is done for the night as well. Guys, back up to you. What a run for Shannon Babb.
You got to wonder with the way this racetrack is, and maybe the cutoff there, we've seen mud clods hit those. Maybe if that is what happened, if it shut off. But DJ, it's going to take a second to line them up again. If you can get any word down there with Shannon on anything else, take it away at any point. But we got 3 laps remaining here in this one.
Yeah, his crew's down here talking to him now, and his head's down, and he is just he's dejected, guys, as you might imagine. But crew's still down here talking to him right now. I think they're just They're trying to diagnose exactly what happened. We're going to jump in here and grab a word real quick. Shannon taking a big drink of water. Shannon, man, what a run. Do you have any idea at all what happened?
I just, going through them holes, it jarred something. I just completely lost power. And the engine died. So, there's a million things can be going wrong on these cars. And like I tell Petrov, I'm glad it's not an airplane. I've done been.
All right. She's still got a sense of here. Let him hear you, Farmer City. What a run for Shannon Babb.
Well, James, yellow lights are out.
Single
3
file.
laps remain. And it's Ricky Thornton Jr. trying to get his 3rd straight win, his 6th of the year on the tour. We're back underway.
And Garrett Albertson trying to get his 3rd straight podium as we go into turn number 1. Ricky Thornton Jr., 33 career wins in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Jimmy Owens has climbed to 6th. Todd Steele Building's hard charger. Hudson O'Neill's up to 10th with the 20 RT down the main straightaway, Ben, and they've got 3 to go to victory lane again.
As they work down the back straightaway, they'll race back to the Barretts. 1 to go, and Thornton has set sail out front in the 20 RT. The white flag's there. Barretts 1 to go. James, bring us home in the Blager Concrete Farmer City 74.
Well, it was not going to be easy here tonight. Shannon Babb, Jonathan Davenport led early on. Babb gave him all he wanted to. But the current Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series points leader out of Martinsville, Indiana, Ricky Thornton Jr. wins 3 in a row in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
Jonathan Davenport 2nd. 3rd, once again on the podium, will be Garrett Albertson. 4th goes to Dennis Erb Jr. 5th to Jimmy Owens. And Chris Simpson, Hudson O'Neill, Cody Overton, Ryan Gustin, and Tim McCready from the back of the pack back to 10th. Coming on with position number 3, Garrett Albertson back on the Big River Steel podium. Once again, 2nd to Jonathan Davenport after leading early and often. But he gets it done for the 3rd straight race. The 34th time in his career, his 9th overall win on the year, and his 6th on the tour in 18 tries. Ricky Thornton Jr. will head down to Lucas Oil Victory Lane, a V1 feature winner once again. SSI Motorsports, Hoker Trucking, Dyno 1, Westside Tractor, Coleman Farms Racing, Excel 4 Covering, Big River Steel, Varsity Screen Printing, High Performance Lubricants, Subsurface of Indiana. All sponsors on that Clements powered Longhorn. And the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series point leader will keep that Midwest sheet metal spoiler on as he heads into Fairbury tomorrow night. We're going to head down momentarily to Dustin Jarrett, who will talk to your Big River Steel top 3. And don't forget, 2 races to go here tonight, and then we head up to Fairbury Speedway tomorrow for the $30,000 to win. Fall Spring Shootout's going to be a big time up there. And I tell you what, James, it took a minute for the track to really get interesting. And she got a lot of character. She got rough. She got tricky. Heartbreaker for Shannon Babb, but Thornton Jr. just keeps on chugging.
And your podium again, unofficially, as they cross the UN08 scales. Thornton, Davenport, Albertson, the Coleman Farms fastest lap of the race. Jonathan Davenport, 13.815. The MD3 most laps led, I believe, would have been Davenport. We'll double check on that. Your hard charger of the race, Hudson O'Neill, from 25th to 7th. Your lucky 13th place finisher, Death Ridge Opticians. Of course, your race for gas, Thornton on Sunoco Race Fuels. The lucky 7, Willwood Brakes, and that is Hudson O'Neill. I got to go with the, what do you think, slick and smooth the race? Got to go to Shannon Babb to take the lead, right?
I mean that was an unbelievable move,
Yeah.
and I mean, I would agree with you.
And the hard luck, there's a lot of candidates there.
There's so many, and you know, we talked about the Todd Steele Building's hard charger, and I think that's going to end up being Hudson. Hudson O'Neill goes up 25th to 18th. 7, DJ, we're going to head down to Lucas Oil Victory Lane with your feature winner, Ricky Thornton Jr.
Well, he had to come from the 8th starting spot to get it done here tonight, and he didn't make that winning pass until less than 5 laps to go. Yet another Farmer City 74 that goes right down to the wire, and he'll be the first to tell you he let one slip away here 2 years ago when Turbo got by him last turn, last lap. He was not going to let that happen here tonight as the driver of the SSI Motorsports, Copeland Farms Racing, Big River Steel, Hoker Trucking sponsored number 20 RT is victorious tonight as he climbs out of the car. Let him hear you. The Farmer City 74 winner is going to be Ricky Thornton Jr. He climbs out of the race car, gives a big yell. Shay over here and the kids as well to greet him after the race. And man, sometimes you win races and sometimes you just got to be real darn patient and real darn good. And I think you were both of those here tonight.
Yeah, I don't know. I got to second behind JD, and I'm like, man, second would be a really good night for us. And we got to traffic, and I was able to close up on him a little bit. I'm like, man, I got a shot here, but I don't want to do something dumb and put myself in the wall there in 3 and 4. And then his guy moved him up a little bit, and I'm like, man, it really killed my line. And then I really wanted to go to the top on the restarts, but I'm like, man, if I get by up the bottom, he's going to drive by me. And I was like, if he gets a good start on the top, he's going to drive by me. So I don't know, me and him, that's probably the hardest that we've driven in a while, and I think we gave each other plenty of room, stuff like that. So gotta thank JD for leaving us lane every time. Same with Shannon there. It was a wild one.
How about Shannon Babb, by the way, as well? He said that something happened to that race car, but you and him had a great battle. It seemed like you kind of knew early on, or at least maybe by halfway, what you needed to do. How difficult was it, though, to know what you needed to do, but then maybe not be able to execute it maybe the way you needed to execute?
Yeah, I felt like I could really rail the top in 3 and 4, and then like I could move out getting into 1 and just kind of enter on JD's quarter panel a little bit, and I never could really get a good enough launch off of 2. And then I'm like, man, once we get to traffic, at least that's the one nice part about not being leader is I've been all over this place where he really hadn't at that point. So I was trying to run hard. I think one of the restarts are like, oh, we got like 40-something to go. And I'm like, man, I thought we had like 5 or 6 to go. So it was a long one, but it was pretty awesome. Gotta give a big shout out. Dave and Tina, Sharp Advantage. I always forget to thank them. I'm super comfortable in our Ultra Shield seat, so it's pretty awesome to have all this speed and be able to come here and be really good. I got a big shout out to Hoker Trucking, Big River Steel, Coltman Farms, Longhorn Chassis, All-Star Performance. I mean, there's so many people that help us get up and down the road. Bill Stein Shocks. My crew, they bust their butts. It kind of sucks we had a couple rainouts, but at least it looks like we'll get tonight and tomorrow in. So.
Last question, how much does it mean to get this win after what? You were so close to getting one here 2 years ago.
Yeah, I was having flashbacks. I was waiting for Turbo to drive by me there off turn 4, but it's pretty cool. This place really is about 3 hours from our house, so it's not super far. So it's nice to have speed when we unload here in this black dirt. It's elbows up but patient at the same time. So there's a lot of good people around here, and like I said, there's so many good people that help us get up and down the road, and all the fans that stop by and bought apparel today. Hopefully we'll see you all tomorrow.
How about it, ladies and gentlemen? The winner of the Farmer City 74 is Ricky Thornton Jr.
Yeah, you remember, Dustin, he led 99 straight laps on the East Coast Tour, so he was the 3rd different leader here tonight. A great race. And Davenport, Babb, and Thornton coming home with the win, 3 different leaders.
Well, Jonathan Davenport comes home in position number 2, and we go down to Dustin Jarrett, who's caught up with him.
Yeah, Jonathan down here talking to his crew, Corey Fosved. Man, you were right there. What do you think you needed to do different to have this 49 car over here in Victory Lane tonight?
Yeah, I don't know. That's the best we've been here by far, and just wasn't good enough. I probably should have got up and run the top a little bit more. I don't know, but I just couldn't steer getting in. We changed a few things and went a little stiffer on the right front right before after the heat race because I was bottoming out there, but I just couldn't steer good enough getting in. I didn't feel like to really run the top like I needed to, so I was just trying to stay straight and run the middle there. I thought it was pretty good, but then man, I hate that for Babb. I was after he passed me, I was about cheering him on, and but anyway, just thankful for my guys. You know, they do a hell of a job for me. Nutrient Solutions, ASC Warranty, Dynagrow, Longhorn, Bill Steen, Midwest Sheet Metal, Bobcat of Batesville, everybody, comes together and helps us on this thing. Say hello to everybody watching back home, and we're getting a little better on this black dirt. We just got a little bit to go.
You have another opportunity on black dirt tomorrow. Good luck. Jonathan Davenport, go over there and get your picture taken. He is the bridesmaid here this evening, and we will come over and grab a word in just a moment with Garrett Alberson over here, as he's talking to his wife, Danny, crew chief R.C. Whitwell. Garrett, congratulations, man. You guys, I'm not going to talk about getting that first Lucas win, all right? We know that's coming. Talk about the momentum this team has, man. You guys really seem like you're hitting your stride. A lot of times, I won't say a lot of times, but you know, in years past, it's maybe come later in the year. Do you feel like you guys are really hitting your stride now and earlier in the year than maybe you've ever hit it?
Yeah, definitely. We learned some things last month or so that seems to really have woke our car up here, and I'm just super proud of the team. RC, Danny, and Thomas, and Chris and his family's here, Ken and Beth. Bill's here, and just super cool in front of a bunch of good fans and a track that I love, and haven't had a good finish here in a long time, so that felt pretty good.
There's nothing like a shot in the arm and momentum boost, is there?
Yeah, absolutely. Just got to thank Longhorn Chassis, this Bill Stein This Longhorn chassis with Bilstein shocks, Sunoco race fuel, Mesquite Valley Transportation, Fast Shaft, Swiss Springs, Build Sport Shop, Romer, Machine and Weldon, Done Right TV. We just got a lot of good people, and everyone's working hard and putting good stuff under us, and hopefully we can keep it up.
All right, thanks a lot. How about Garrett Alberson rounds out the Big River Steel podium here. Go over there, get your picture taken, Garrett. Guys, we'll send it back up top to you.
Well, James, it had a little bit of everything here tonight. 74 laps. You knew it was going to be a battle here at Farmer City Raceway. And we're going to go to a super clean race recap to check out everything that happened here tonight on this MAV TV on Flow Racing broadcast.
21 of the 30 starters finished this race.
That was the last time a lot of that sheet metal was straight on those race cars on the parade lap, as you see right there, in front of a great crowd here tonight.
Well, the first time in about a month, Thornton did not lead every lap. He led the most important one, the 74th and final lap. Kyle Bronson, one of the DNFs, did not finish, but Shannon Babb put on a great show. He's got to get the slicker graphics slick and smooth. Marlar off the track. Mikey recovered and finished in 16th here tonight. So that fourth spot up for grabs.
Then you see Thornton shoot to the lead as we come down. Oh, actually, he did not. Babb led that lap as Thornton ends up getting the lead, though, getting the win. Sixth on the series this year, $25,000 richer. Dustin Jarrett, you had a front row seat from the infield. What's your final thoughts as we get ready to head out of Farmer City here tonight?
Yeah, I was down here talking to Mike Rigsby just a few minutes ago, and when Farmer City is right, man, this place is just as good as anywhere, really. Maybe a few of those Dave Warren Power Sports cautions, they may have spoiled the momentum just a little bit in this thing, but it certainly didn't take away from an outstanding second half of the race and a great finish. Farmer City delivers again. Love the fans here, love this racetrack, and guys, as good as tonight was, I can't wait to get to one of my all-time favorite racetracks, Fairbury Speedway, tomorrow night.
James, DJ just took the words out of my mouth. This is the black dirt. This is what you come from, and we get a double header of it.
Absolutely.
This was fun tonight. This sets the tone for the weekend. We head to Fairbury tomorrow, and I tell you what, the same theme as last year. Can anybody stop RTJ in 2024? He won the PDC at Fairbury last year. Tomorrow night, we'll see if Bobby Pierce can get vengeance and repeat at Falls.
And Pierce did not make the race here tonight.
Last year, but he went to Fairbury and won.
Yes, he did, and he'll be a threat tomorrow night. But a lot of guys had some good points nights, including, like O'Neill, Owens, McCready recovered to finish hit. Turbo up to 11th after taking the provisional. Drake Troutman, your O'Reilly Auto Parts top rookie, finishes in 14th here tonight.
He had a big night. Well, again, a lot of upcoming events. We got two modified features here tonight, but don't forget the Kubota High Limit Racing Series. They head to New York next week, and you can check that out here on Flow Racing. Castro Flow Racing Night in America presented by Kubota. We'll head to Brownstown Speedway on Tuesday, and then the Short Track Super Series heads up to New York May 14th. That'll be live cars tour from the legendary North Wilkesboro Speedway. The Lucas Oil MLRA Late Model Series, they head over to Lebanon Midway Speedway and Farmington Empire Speedway in Missouri, and the IRA Sprint Cars at Plymouth and Angel Park coming up as well. That's all here on Flow Racing. We're going to step aside and get set for tonight's modified feature event. Don't go anywhere. This is the Farmer City 74 from here at Farmer City Raceway, and this is MAV TV on Flow Racing.